Hello, everybody. How you doing? Good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you're joining me from. It's Sunday evening. It's 7 o'clock in my neck of the woods, and guess what? It's time to connect, and I'm super excited to be with you this afternoon. And yes, absolutely delighted to be here. All right, and we're streaming. Right, I just got updates. We're streaming live on LinkedIn and we're streaming live on YouTube as well. All right, if you give me about a second, Um, I want to be able to ensure that the links are sent to Facebook. So for those of you on LinkedIn, please do me a favor, share the link to Facebook. Those of you on YouTube, please copy the link and paste it on your YouTube page. I want to understand that we're streaming live on all platforms. I'll do that check in a bit and then I'll be with you. But hey, how have you been? How's your week been? If you can hear me clearly, please do let me know you can hear me clearly. If you can also see me clearly, do let me know that you can see me clearly as well. All right. I want to ensure that we're hitting you live and that there are no issues with um the network. All right, so it looks like I can be seeing clearly. Doing something to. All right, okay. So I'm gonna copy the link, and then I'm dropping the link on Facebook. All right. So once I do that, then I'll be ready to go. I'm dropping the link of Facebook. All right. Awesome. Great. So it's great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us today. So a bit of update on Facebook. If you can hear me, please do send me a message and let me know that you can hear me clearly. I want you to know I'm not using the microphone. I'm not using my microphone, so I want to know that my audio is still as clear as it ought to be. So if you can hear me, do let me know that you can hear me clearly. Right. So a bit of update with regards to Facebook. A lot of people have been asking questions about live streaming on Facebook. I myself have been very eager for us to stream live on Facebook as well. As you very well know, we started from Facebook, and so there's a community there that has not been a part of the Connect since we came back for the fifth season of the year, and I'm doing everything possible. I mentioned earlier that earlier in the year, I think it was specifically in January, I lost access to my old accounts both on Instagram and Facebook as well, and so the frustration of trying to retrieve accounts and all of that until it was permanently disabled. Now, because it was permanently disabled, the truth of the matter is that I just stayed off the blue streets for about 8, 9 months. So I only recently just opened a new Facebook account, right? And I'll put up the link at some point. It's at Ane Usoro. The Instagram account is at Ani Usoro, ANIUSOROH. Now, there's a policy of restreaming to Facebook that says that the accounts must be at least 60 days, right? The account must have been open for at least 60 days and also have X number of followers. So please go ahead, look for the link on Facebook, follow me on Facebook. Let's build up the numbers. There's a fresh account, and so I'm trying to build up the numbers and to share the account with as many people as you can. Much more than that, we've crossed over 30 days. We are racing towards 60 days, which means that hopefully by the first week in November, specifically November 2nd, we'll have done 60 days of our account and we'll boom be ready to stream live on Facebook yet again. So I'm absolutely excited about that. For now, as you can very well know, we're on LinkedIn and YouTube, which is the platform, either of the platform that you are on right now. So I want to thank you for being here. I also needed to give you that update so that for those of us that are going to be sharing the videos and all of that, that we can have very clear understanding of why we're not yet on Facebook. All right. So thank you, and thank you so much. Okay. So we're gonna get into that all things were on hands and that we're streaming as it ought to be. We're gonna get into it now. Now, thank you to all the guests that we had in the months that's gone by. First of all, hey, I even forgot to say welcome to October. All right, welcome to October. It's our first episode in the month month of October, and I want to say big welcome. But I hope October's been treating you pretty well, because there's so much that you're supposed to get out of this month of October that I think you can not just recognize, not just utilize, but you can maximize. So let your October be the month of max. October represents the beginning of the fourth quarter of the year, which is your transition period really from this year to next year. In other words, October represents the phase where you finish strong and start well. All right. So if there was going to be a theme for the 3 months of the year, it is finishing strong and starting well. And hey, really, that's what we want to be able to achieve this year: finishing strong and starting well. All right, great. So, let's get onto it. We have an amazing topic today. It's called purpose over pressure. Purpose over pressure. And I'm thinking that because we're starting late today, by the way, have I apologized for coming in 20 minutes behind time? I'm so sorry. So much to do. Almost didn't stream this particular episode. All right. But we're here. We're here. So we've been talking about productivity. Before that, we were talking about the future of work. And now, today, we're talking about purpose over pressure. Purpose over pressure. And I find this very interesting because there's so much that obviously this is going to be like the general theme for the month of October, purpose over pressure. But then again, tomorrow I'm going to have a special, next Sunday I'm going to have a special guest coming, and then we're going to be talking something a bit different, and then we'll come back to purpose over pressure. But let me start like this. You see, two things in life that are that define how your journey goes: your understanding of purpose and your ability to handle pressure. Your understanding of purpose and your ability to handle pressure are two things that determine how your life goes, determine the kind of experience that you have in life. Also, in the regard, determine the path that you take, and then ultimately determines the kind of outcomes that you get. And it's very, very interesting because you see, this is something that applies to everybody under the sound of my voice. As long as you have the breath of life in you, as long as you are on the face of this earth living, hear me, you are going to deal with the concept of purpose, and you're obviously going to deal with the concept of pressure, a lot of pressure. And you must understand the baseline for the conversations that I am opening today, and then that we will get to subsequently. Now, the interesting thing about this purpose on the over pressure is, let me unpack this a little bit so we can have a fair and a good enough understanding to this. Let me start from here. What's defining the life that you're living now? I really was looking for a catchy phrase to throw at you, but I think that kind of works. Meaning the life that you're living now. Or who's defining the life that you're living now? What exactly is shaping right now? When I say shaping your life, I'm speaking to your everyday decisions, your key activities, your thoughts, your philosophy, your ideology. I'm speaking to the very position that you have on things, the outlook that you have on things. And I'm speaking to even what your expectations as regards your life are. And I'm saying to you, I'm asking you this Sunday evening, what or who is defining your life right now? Okay, so if you didn't get that, let me put it this one. If your life was a race, you've heard about life in a race, rat race and all that. If life was a race, or life was a journey, or life was a movie, do you want to do race? Do you want to do movie? Or life was a movie? If life was a race, whose race are you running? Whose race are you running? Whose race are you running? Because I've come to see in the course of my life, brethren, that Too many people, and this is where I'm taking the conversation from. Too many people living other people's lives. Too many people running other people's races. Too many people in other people's movies. And when you're running someone's race, you can run it so well. You can practice all that you want for it. You can sweat it out. You can do all the stamina runs and stunts and the drills, and you can run the race and break all the records. The race. You can play the role well, cast the role, take it on, channel whatever character it is you want to channel. But it's not your movie. It's not your movie. And the reason why I say that too many people are living inauthentic lives, or lives that are not authentically theirs, or living other people's lives, is because failed. and hear me now. You fail to recognize and pursue purpose, but you succumb to the slippery slopes and the confinement of pressure. It doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound nice. You're not living life on your terms because you have succumbed to the pressures of someone else's life. When I say someone else's life, it's not an evil thing per se. But then if you're someone like me who's really interested in optimal living and coming to the best version of yourself and being able to be a 7-star performer and delivering and fulfilling purpose in a way that creates the greatest level of influence and impact about you, serving as a voice, a light, and interested in the things that really matter, then they ought to be of concern to you. So at this point, I've decided I'm sifting to those that are not interested in the way forward. They're not interested in making a lot out of their lives. They're not interested in making something, operating at the highest level of themselves. This is not for you. But for those of you that are on the same page with me, this is for you. Living someone's life, or running someone else's race, or being in someone else's movie isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just that it doesn't deliver the best thing. It's not necessarily just that it's not a great thing. What do I mean by that? And I will get into it. I promise you. Because I'm speaking literally from a pain of self-discovery. I'm speaking literally from the place of also the anguish of seeing many people have to struggle and to deal with this. And so I really came to help, brother. I really came to help. I really, truly. Because when I speak of you living someone else's life, really, at the marvelous level of it, I'm actually speaking of you just living by someone else's expectation. This comes on. Mommy's expectation, uncle's expectation, auntie's expectation, sister's expectation, the church's expectation, your parish priest's expectation, your pastor's expectation of every other person, which is literally just shaping what you do. So you end up doing things because of other people, not really because that's what you are called to. And the Nigerian is very rife in this, because I mean you find people doing courses that they really have no desire, or just because auntie, daddy, mommy needed them to be able to do those courses. The entire generation, entire family is counting on you being the lawyer of the family, of being the doctor of the family, of being the engineer, of being the engineer of the family, and everybody's counting on you. And so you're going to do that. Meanwhile, what you really want to do is some course in psychology, or some course in sociology, or something in geology, or something in just, that, or in the humanities that allows you to be able to express yourself in a way that you are wired to make the greatest impact and to fulfill purpose and to be a voice, a light, and a shield to the maximum number of people that you can have in a space. But at the marvelous level of living a life that is not authentic, life solely based on expectation of others. So it's not bad, it's just not great. I'm taking it from the marvelous level to the apex of it, to the zenith of it. So stick with me. So you might as well, you might do that medical course. You could be that end, but there's something missing. Because what you are wired for, that is designed for you to be able to reach a people that have been specially prepared for you to impact, to touch, to lift, to carry on your back, to be a bridge to taking them from where they are to the possibilities of their potential. That place that you're supposed to be, not just because you don't have what it takes. Yes, you do have what family that you're wired to win and you're equipped to excel, but it doesn't happen because you've lived your life cast on someone else's expectation of you. And it's not a problem, hear me, it's not a problem when our expectations align. But what determines the predominant expectation I shall go by? No, this is get very interesting. The pressure to be something. We find ourselves under pressure to never become grounded in purpose, to become. Goodness. Because this is serious. This is very, very, very serious. Again, I ask you, whose race are you leading? Are you running? Or let me just get to the crux of it. Whose life? We're still talking about purpose over pressure. Whose life are you leading? Whose life are you living? Whose life are you living? Famous quotes I heard purpose is the tyranny of timelines. Sorry, pressure is the tyranny of timelines, and purpose is the liberation of destiny. Purpose is the liberation of destiny. I'll agree for a minute. Just think about it. I know that there are many analogies and analogies that people give regards to purpose, but just look at it. If you put a seed on the soil and you crush the soil, you put it under a stone and you crush it, or you put a seed in the soil and you nurture it. What happens in one case is that both of them are in the soil, but one has been crushed. The other has been nurtured. One below, the other doesn't. So you could have very similar environments. If you think all you require for your enablement is environment, and that's for someone, the people that think that be somewhere. I have to be in New York to make it. I have to be in Abuja, Nigeria to make it. I have to be in Port Harcourt to make it. I have to be in Enugu. I have to be in Canada. I have to be in Aberdeen, Scotland to make it. So it's not necessarily your location that delivers purpose to you. And there's a lot I'm trying to unpack here, so please stay with me. It's not necessarily your location that delivers purpose to you. What anything work for you is the alignment with purpose. See, I don't have a problem with pressure that brings you into alignment with purpose. I have a severe problem that misaligns you or de-aligns you. There's such a word as that. You can sue me if you want to, but that's okay. That de-aligns you, misaligns you from. So every time, and I've said this before. I remember before I spoke at a few years to the audience. I said the pressure can be good. because there's pressure can contain you, pressure can limit you, pressure can mitigate you, keep you contained. Pressure can also stretch you. Pressure can also pull you. Pressure can also bring you into the place of conformance or into the place of alignment. Because every time the pressure contains you, what it mitigates or restricts your innate. Every time pressure stretches you, it allows you to find expression for that which you have. Every time that what you have expression, you are more in on the same course with purpose. In other words, when it brings you into alignment with purpose is good. So we're not just slamming pressure or just propagating pressure. We're simply saying doesn't allow you to with purpose is pressure that you need to be what exactly works and what doesn't work. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can I go further? Can I go further? So pressure is good. Let's look at things for a bit, right? Let's look at things for a bit. Then we'll tie it in with purpose. I'm not promising you that I'm going to finish this topic this Sunday. All right, it's already about 15 minutes, 8 o'clock. I'm not promising I'm going to finish this topic this issue that you will get a lot of value out of this. So again, let's talk about pressure. So when we look at pressure really is driven by indicators. Or you should have a job by this time. You should be married by this time. You should be driving this kind of car by this kind of house by this time. So you know what? The same thing in the business community and all of that we talk about, KPIs, key performance indicators. Pressure is KPI driven. Now hold on. So remember, what I say, I can work under pressure. You can work under pressure. Listen to me. Let me say this and let me say this clear. To everybody, every organization, every boss, everybody that believes that the order of the culture that you should have in your organization is working under pressure. Hear me now and hear me real good. Let me come to you when it's 25 years of corporate strategy, of management level, C-suite experience, speaking from the place of data. You lack the ability. If the nature and the culture of the work that you do requires that you're working under pressure, then there's something wrong with your strategy, something is wrong with your planning, something is wrong with your key deliverables and key activities. Anything you need to fix. Yes, sir. Yes, ma. So for those of you that think that a way of work, and I'm saying this with all levels of seriousness, hear me now and hear me real good. This is why we've to the ground. This is why we've killed the potentials of many people. This is why we've let many people run from the place of purpose and just be going along the rocky lanes of pressure, thinking that they are not enough. And we have many organizations that are guilty of this. Don't let me even go there. Don't let me even start with you tonight. You have to learn to have the rights. You have to learn to understand that pressure is not something that should be the order of the day. When you have pressure, there are emergencies that happen, things that can be out of your control. How can things constantly be out of your control? And then you call yourself a management team. You call yourself an executive board. No, you're jokers. You don't have an idea of how to plan. You don't have a strategic roadmap for the year. You are unaware and you think chaos should be a way of life. I'm speaking to every organization right now that doesn't understand that pressure is not how you should live or work. Can I go on? So we're talking pressure is KPI driven. Pressure is indicator driven, and at times, and there's, you see, now you're seeing not necessarily things to be demonized, but there are things to be better understood. So yes, you must have indicators. They're great, but those same indicators without an understanding of purpose are the things that put you undue pressure, I dare say. So you're looking at, by this time you must be 40 years old, you must be this. By the time you're 50, this is what you want to do. I hear you, and all those things are great. All those things are good, fine, and all those things are good. But you know, to that it's that same pressure that makes people with figures and alter reports. It's that same pressure that makes you make the worst kind of recruitment mistakes. Same pressure that just says to you that, you know what, I'm looking at the indicators and all of that. But the difference between pressure, listen to this very clearly. Pressure is KPI driven. Purpose is driven. So I'm not just looking at, I'm going to drive this by this time. I'm looking at creating a system that delivers the kind of thing I want to drive every time. By the time you focus on pressure, you take your eyes off purpose. It looks like you're on the same path. It looks like you're on the same track. But what you're looking at is different. The outcomes are significantly different. Pressure will deliver to you short-term applause. Pressure will deliver to you the accolades of people. You see hard, and then you put in numbers, and then you're showing up, and then and everything. I've actually noticed the people that seem to be working under pressure, that you could, even in your mind, you're thinking they're the serious ones, but it is really delivers legacy, and long-term legacy at that. Like I said, pressure isn't bad. It just doesn't deliver great. Oh, somebody needs to write that down. Oh, I'm firing on all cylinders tonight, right? If only you knew how I was a few minutes before I came on all cylinders tonight, and I mean that. Right? Somebody write that down. Write that down. Write that down. Pressure. Pressure a be to meet with the key indicators to move to the whims and caprices of other people's dictates. Can I ask you a question? And I'll tell you that question because I've told the story before. It's very interesting. So I remember that the first time that God spoke to humanity, the first thing after humanity had been created was, "Where are you?" And that's when it was in the cool of the Garden of Eden, and it was moving around. I was like, "Where are you?" And Adam, we were naked, and remember, he didn't. Adam really didn't answer where it was, but that's for another day. And then he said we were naked, and and then God asked a very, very important and signal context of my conversation with you today. God asked them, "Who told you?" The things that you're chasing after, the things that you want to have, by all means, at all costs, what you want to drive, what you want to drive you, where you want to live, how much you want in your bank account, and all of that. And I'm being very real. The kind of figures that you want to hit, and the kind of who told you that that's successful? Because at the heart of it, we're all trying to be successful. But who told you that when you get that car, you will be the biggest cat on the block? Who told you? Who guarantees a successful life? Who? Remember, pressure is performance driven, purpose value driven. For every time you found yourself under pressure to deliver something, and I get it. It doesn't accrue to you any level of responsibility. It doesn't accrue to you any level of just, whatever will be. No. But I'm saying that don't lose sight of purpose while just going along the lane of pressure. We're talking about purpose pressure. Purpose. You must understand you to have the right perspective. You can't measure yourself by someone else's ruler. You can't measure yourself by the Joneses next door are doing. You can't measure yourself by how many kids they got down the road, the family across the road. You can't measure yourself because you see them on Instagram. I'm speaking to somebody right now. You see them on Instagram having vacations every year. And so it means that there's something. But don't you understand that we live in a time and age that people have taken eyes off their own purpose? They've colored their purpose, and all they are doing by intent and by commission is trying to measure up and to outdo someone. You see, so competitiveness in that regard is not a fruit of purpose. No, it's not. No, it's not. Only you've got where you're trying to get what you've got to do. The moment you're looking at the next person, you're looking at the next relationship, you're looking at the next couple, you're looking at the next parent, you're looking at the next colleague, you're looking at all, as long as you have your eyes fixed on them, then you don't have your eyes fixed on. And so you're going to find yourself using them as your benchmark. Who told you? Who told you that they were your benchmark? Who told you? This is how in your everyday life you find yourself veering off purpose and you don't even realize it. You don't even understand it because wait for this. Because for starters, you're living someone else's life, someone else's race, driving someone else's car in someone else's movie. Purpose over alignment. I have about 5 more minutes to go. Because I don't want to, even though we started late, I do apologize for coming on late. I really do apologize. And so we're obviously going to be taking this up in deeper detail, way deeper detail next week. You really don't need way deeper detail. Maybe I should just pull the plug here. Maybe I should pull the plug here, and then we'll be able to get by next week. I don't know, but I am just so believe with you with regards to this. Because, like I said, as long as you are alive, as long as you're on the face of this earth, what I'm saying affects you in one way or the other, in one dimension or the other. It does. It's either you have overcome it, or you're dealing with it, or it's overcoming you. It does. And there are many contexts to this with regards to purpose, understanding purpose, and so much of that we can do and talk about next week. We can also look at pressure and understand pressure and see where pressure comes from, how we can relate and tie in the rest and all of that and everything. But please understand this. If I leave you with one thing today, understand. Oh, let me put it this way. Don't let the pressure of today, don't let the dark, if you will liken darkness to pressure, don't let the darkness of today dim out the light of tomorrow. In other words, never let dim out the possibilities of purpose. It may seem, and the thing about pressure is it all without insight, without seeking to understand, it almost seems like it's the right thing to do. Like, let me just deal with this thing now. It seems like an urgent need, like a pressing need. It seems like let me just be like, oh, you know what? I get a plus. It's from people. It's, oh, you know what? People seem to like me better when I go in a certain way. My parents are cool when I'm in a certain way. My partner is cool with me when I'm in a certain way. But the question is that you went out in a certain way. Your journey of your life is to become you. So who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I really don't want to go further than this today because I don't want to. There's a level I'm about to get into. You're hanging for a week. So we're going to pick up from here next Sunday. Papa, just remember a few things that I said earlier today. You will never get to your destination living someone else's life. Ultimately, when you live your life by the terms of others, then you're living their life and not you. And every time you live other people's life and not your life, the people who are supposed to benefit from your life, the community that's supposed to benefit from your life, the world that's supposed to benefit from your life, the family that's supposed to benefit from your life, you that you're supposed to benefit from your life. Nobody gets a taste of that because you're living people's terms, other people's expectations, and the things that other people want you to be. You've got a race, but you've got far too many people are running other people's races. Far too many people are driving other people's cars, living in other people's houses, and acting in other people's movies. And I can go on and on, but I understand that she gets it. And so this conversation that we'll be having through the month of August, if you ask me, maybe the most important conversation that we've had on the Connected Date. Maybe the most important that we had on the Connected Date. I can't wait to be back here next Sunday. I can't wait to see you next Sunday. Video. Tell 10 friends, 100 friends about this. Let me know your thoughts. Send me emails, send me messages, send me whatever it is, however it is that you share your thoughts with me on this. Things I've shared with you today. We're going to have a conversation like you've never had before with regards to purpose and pressure. Hey, till next Sunday, I can't wait to connect with you. Catch you. Have a great week, a super great week, and let's keep connecting. Good night, everyone, and have a great, amazing